shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Carolina Panthers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they come into this one 0-6 on the year, and really it's sort of just been one thing after another.
Coupled with they don't start very fast. The first quarter's really been an issue for them. They've got to learn to get out of the gates quicker in order to try and win some games.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Running with Howard. And some space here. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That good for 22 and a first down.
Another nice run there by Jordan Howard. And when we talk about fresh legs, how about 2016? Jordan Howard, the #2 rookie rusher. Heck, the #2 rusher in the NFL behind another rookie, Ezekiel Elliott.
In the first 3 weeks of the season, he only had 12 carries. So once week 4 hit, really found his groove. This is caught inside the 15. And he is down deep into Carolina territory. A huge play there for Chicago. 42 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
The numbers for Howard a week ago, 24 carries, 97 yards.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
Now Howard. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Glennon. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Mike Bennett. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
So when you call a corner blitz, what a lot of teams call a cat blitz, you're expected to come after the quarterback. But in this case, he ran into the ball carrier. Really nice technique, because what you do is you come deep as the deepest offensive player so he can't get outside of you.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
From the 50, Newton. And Olsen over the middle. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A look at the numbers from last week for Olsen. 6 catches, 98 yards, 2 shy of 100.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Here's Coleman. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. On 1st down, Newton. That's Samuel, caught left side. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Greg Olsen, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Gano out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And all the way down to the 17-yard line. The ultimate speedster, showing that speed in front of this home crowd. They love that.
Made me stand up on that run because right now all I want to do is wave to the crowd. More noise, more noise. You got to reward him for that one. A big-time monster run.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. We were just talking about him pregame. 3 tackles for a loss. Last week you thought he looked so explosive on film. Starting off good there. Another one in the first quarter.
He's every bit of what you described. And I don't want to make it too simplistic, but right now for him, it's see ball, get ball. And that's what he's doing really, really well, and he's doing it in the offense's backfield.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
Now Glennon. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Connor Barth now for the Bears field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Barth puts it through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A reminder later tonight, a game some folks have had circled on their calendars since the schedule came out in April. That's the Super Bowl rematch. Falcons, Charles, at Foxborough to take on the Patriots.
Super Bowl 51.5, anyone?
Then on Monday night, that's no slouch either. An NFC East battle between the Redskins and the Eagles. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back on that counter play?
That's what you need for a good counter.
You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well, but they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run. And they'll go on the ground. Got some real estate inside the 30. Touchdown, Carolina! Tevin Coleman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not... have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Gano out to kick this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help you in the contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped in the contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
The fake to Howard. Now Glennon. And this is Randall here over the middle. And he is down deep into Carolina territory. A gain of 32 that time. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Kendall Wright, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Only a yard in the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now back to throw. Glennon hit. He loses the football. It's out. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Panthers. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. timeout called here by the offense as they'll get together on the sideline and talk this one over. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. It's Marcus Wheaton now to return it. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll begin the drive with Howard. Now Howard stripped. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And he cuts middle and creates some space. And he's going to ball his way in for a Panther score. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Luke Kuechly in from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on this 4th possession. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. From the gun, here's Newton. Going deep for Benjamin. He's got a man, complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Kelvin Benjamin's size coming out of college scared some people. Some wondered if he might actually move into tight end, 6'6", nearly 250. Instead, he's using those talents out wide.
I think I'm sitting next to the analyst who thought he might be a tight end at some point.
Yeah, I didn't know that you might actually bring that up. I think I was wrong about that. With a 1,000-yard season as a rookie, trying to get back to that level.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Newton on first down. And this is incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
That's complete, right around the 8. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
They come out here in the eye. And they give this time to the tailback. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be third and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his second touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a second. Now it's Newton here off the bootleg. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And Gano's kick is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Shift together here from the D-line. He'll drop to throw. He finds an opening past the 40. And it's complete. The tight end, Deion Sims. Look at the big man rumble. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 69 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Worth noting, the largest deficit the Bears have ever overcome in their long history 20 points against the Cardinals in 06. They'll look to throw here. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Kendall Wright, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears get a bit closer.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Getting set to go again here. Cam Newton marches back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points.
Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And he's given his guys a shot from late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Marcus Wheaton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears cut into that lead. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well. So
what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Let's get to it. These teams are out and ready to go. Come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's Newton now on second down. Forced out to his left. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Now, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play. But prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Looking to throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. K1 short. With a great push up front, he picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
They get 20 yards there on 3rd and 19 and an unlikely first down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but they have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks. Those guys are worth their weight in gold.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. It's caught by Randall. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw, and he hits the tight end. It's Deion Sims. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized then.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Luke Kuechly in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll drop the throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Kendall Wright, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bears have cut it to within a score. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. On the catch, this is Russell Shepard. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. That's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Newton. Buying time to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a 1st down, but a big gain to boot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. It appears he'll be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL. Back now at Soldier Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he's able to get the 1st here as he's taken down at the 25. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, Newton. And caught left side, Olsen. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the 4th quarter.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw, Newton. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Gano's kick is right through. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
Onto the field now come the Bears. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Glennon. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Navarro Bowman in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Hits his target, Reuben Randall. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, and they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game. Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the 1st with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it? And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sam Acho in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Being chased out left. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Newton steps away to his left. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They snap it to Newton. And that is incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Bears will get the football back. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Thomas Davis in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. He'll look to throw. Wheaton with a catch right side. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard, right near the 39. The Bears on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll look to throw. He hits Randall, complete. And look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads. Took him right off his feet, right on the 30-yard line. Back to throw. And he's got room. And he's brought down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. And they'll get up and spike it right at 40 seconds to go. He's back to throw. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the...
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation. And they'll indeed take a knee. The Panthers on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10.